In the last class, we have learnt about human respiratory system, in which lungs were acting as chief respiratory organs. But there are many organisms which do not have lungs. So how about respiration in those organisms? So in this class, we are going to study about the respiration in other organisms, starting with the earthworm. You must have seen earthworm. Earthworm, if you touch the earthworm, its skin feel to be slimy. And in this organism, there are no special organs for respiration, but there is simple diffusion across its skin. So, skin is the respiratory organ for an earthworm. In an earthworm, the carbon dioxide goes outside the body by a process called diffusion. Why? Because the amount of carbon dioxide inside the blood of earthworm is more than the amount of carbon dioxide outside in the atmosphere. Similarly, because the amount of oxygen is more in the atmosphere and less inside the body of an earthworm, oxygen diffuses from outside to earthworm's body through its skin, and carbon dioxide diffuses from the earthworm's body through its skin. Now, moving on to cockroaches. If you see the internal structure of cockroaches, you will find many small holes. These small holes are called spiracles, and there is a network of tubules. The network of tubules is called trachea, and the plural is called tracheae. And interestingly, spiracles are only found in insects and not in any other organisms. So what happens? Oxygen-rich air rushes through spiracles into the tracheal tubes, diffuses into the body tissue and reaches all the cells. It means the air which is rich in oxygen enters the body of the cockroach through spiracles, and from the spiracles it moves to the tracheal system, and from the tracheal system it goes to the tissues and cells of the body. Similarly, the carbon dioxide from the cells goes to the tracheal tubes, and from the these tubes called tracheal tubes, and from the tracheal tubes it comes out from the body through the spiracles. Thus, trachea and spiracles help the cockroach in respiration. Now, coming to the fishes. In fishes, there are special respiratory organs called gills. What happens? The fishes take in water through the mouth. This water contains dissolved oxygen, and it passes the water through the special structures called gills. These gills absorb oxygen from the water, and after absorbing oxygen, water is expelled out from the body. So, you may not be wondering that how fishes are respiring inside water itself and do not need to come out to take oxygen from atmosphere. Now, coming to plants. It is a very common misconception that plants only undergo photosynthesis and they do not need to undergo respiration, but it is not true. Plants need to undergo respiration in the same way as we are undergoing respiration. Plants also need to break down the glucose to get energy. So, how do plants undergo respiration? Actually, different organs of the plant have different structures for exchange of gases. For example, the stomata which are present in the leaves help in exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. For example, during the process of respiration, oxygen is taken inside the body of plants and carbon dioxide is given out. You may be wondering that your previous concept was that plants only give oxygen, but this is not true. During daytime, what happens? The amount of carbon dioxide released by plants during respiration is very less as compared to the amount of oxygen released during the process of photosynthesis. So, you say that plants give out oxygen, but the fact is that plants also release carbon dioxide during the process of respiration. And you may be advised not to sleep under a tree during a dark night. The reason is that during that time plants are undergoing respiration and giving out carbon dioxide. And during daytime, the major giving out of the main gas which is given out by plants is oxygen. And if we talk about the roots, you may see the structure of roots, and roots are divided into many root hairs, and these root hairs are embedded in the soil, and you may see that between the soil particles there are air spaces. So these roots take up air from the air spaces between the soil particles with the help of root hairs. So this is all about today's class. Thank you.